Welcome to the Soul Source podcast, where you can expect conversations about the Akashic records and how to rewrite your limiting beliefs so you can finally be free and prosperous. Discover your energy bodies as the communication system between your human, your higher self, and the field. This is otherworldly energetics made practical to shift your reality. Your divine inheritance of having your earthly needs met and receiving all of your heart's desires starts now. Every woman wants to be successful in her business, but there's a new brand of success that's being introduced right now. The era of success at any cost is slowly dying, and spiritual entrepreneurs are consciously building, serving, and leading from aliveness, capacity, and integrity instead. The question becomes, how do you discern whether the work that you're doing and the effort that you're putting in is from an old, outdated survival loop that you are superimposing on your current situation, or effort that is serving and selling from your divinity? Nobody is saying that we get to meditate and it all falls from the sky. You still have to take action in the direction of your dreams. But how do you know when that's effortful effort or effortless effort? How do you know whether it's a limiting belief that's driving your actions or the actions that are sustainable and support what you are creating for the long term? Let's start by dissecting the productivity loop. This is a body that believes your worth is dependent on how hard you work, how much money you make, how busy you are, how many clients you have. You know, when people say that you are given status by how stressed you are, how tired you are, how exhausted you are, that is because most humans are caught in this loop. Our entire society is structured around this loop. This is a body that is outsourcing power. Outsourcing power to your diary, your bank account, your clients, your business, your success, your relationships. It's outsourcing to some kind of person, place, or situation. It's a body that believes something is missing. And when you get that thing, then you'll be whole again. And when those things look good, you feel good. But whenever there's a dip, you don't feel so great. You start thinking that you must be doing something wrong. It's your fault. You didn't get it right. So you try harder. You put in more hours. You learn more things. You take another masterclass. You do anything to fix that dip as quickly as possible. You get very, very specific physical, energetic, and emotional signs when you're caught in this loop, so that you can collapse it in real time, in the moment. If we all had to go to the top of a mountain and meditate for days, nobody would ever do this stuff. It has to be simple shifts that you can make in your daily life. And the energy body method is the exact method that I used and how I teach my private one-on-one clients how to collapse this loop. Because you end up being on a roller coaster of highs and lows that tend to range from doing a lot of work, because our work ethic has never been the issue. So we end up doing either a lot of work or doing superhuman amounts of work because your body has gone into panic mode trying to fix a problem when really you just posted a reel that didn't get the views or the conversion or the engagement that you wanted, but you ended up buying another course and learning a whole new person strategy because of it. Yes, I did that. So you can see how you go from being great, feeling good, to something happening in your day that makes you feel not so great, to you trying to fix that problem until you feel great again. So that's what's exhausting. That's why the work that you're doing feels productive, it feels heavy, it feels exhausting. But when you collapse this loop, your body understands that it's not missing anything. It's already whole, and the action that you take is simply the next obvious step on your path. Selling your medicine because you know it changes lives? Of course you're going to post today. Of course you're going to email your list. Something came up on a client call that you think your community would find useful. Of course you're going to record that podcast. You were driving home and a juicy reel idea popped into your mind. Of course you're going to execute that when you get home. So the action externally can be exactly the same, but the energy behind it, the energy internally, can be completely different. For example, creating a reel when it's driven by this survival loop looks like, I better make a reel to stay visible, or I better post because I have to be consistent, or even I need a sale from it. What can I do to get more likes? This is being productive, and it tends to be busy work. It's work that you make yourself do. But when you create a reel from your divinity, that real idea comes because you created the space and trust that you don't have to perform on demand. You let the idea percolate while you go about your day, and by the time you sit down to execute it, it explodes out and lands like a thunderclap. It's not diluted by watching 100 other reels to get inspiration. And it's not squeezed out because you felt that pressure to perform now. This one is always going to be more effective, and it's always going to feel lighter for you and more expansive. Now, building this level of trust that if you don't post immediately or even today, your business isn't going to come crashing down is something that you have to build. It doesn't come naturally to most women. It is something that you build. Creating the space for the downloads to hit and channeling the energy of your business is also something you have to build. This is what serving from capacity is. Capacity isn't just giving yourself, more hours in the day. It's giving yourself the capacity to download more energy, to hold more big situations, to hold more sensations. And then having the power to let that idea percolate and fully form in your own voice, in alignment with your purpose and the message that you are uniquely here to share, and then sharing it authentically, that takes time. I always say the hardest thing I ever did was figure out how to be me on the internet. I had no idea who me was as soon as I turned the camera on. And when you know the specific signs to look for, you will know the exact moment your body is superimposing that old pattern on your present situation. And when you can catch those moments and make simple shifts during your normal everyday life, you will collapse this loop and selling your life's work, leading clients through deep transformations, enjoying more money and a quality of life that you've never had before feels like the most natural thing in the world. That is your effortless effort. DM me your takeaways on Instagram. Let me know how this lands for you. As always, I look forward to connecting with you on the next podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please follow, review, and share until every man, woman, and child remembers their own sovereign divinity. I'm rooting for you. We rise together.